Welcome to the Smart English Academy. Here we learn simple English through real-life stories. Clear, easy, and smart.
Hi everyone. In today's video, Maria will share a short story about her daily life as a community librarian. This story is perfect for beginner English learners. You will learn new words and simple sentences about books, helping people, and working in a library. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Hello, my name is Maria. I work as a community librarian in a small town called Greenfield. Every day brings new adventures and opportunities to help people discover the magic of books and learning. My day begins at 6:30 in the morning when my alarm clock rings. I'm an early bird, so I don't mind waking up before sunrise. The first thing I do is make a strong cup of coffee and sit by my kitchen window, watching the town slowly wake up. I can see the baker across the street opening his shop, and the newspaper delivery boy riding his bicycle down the quiet streets. After enjoying my peaceful morning coffee, I take a quick shower and choose my outfit for the day. I always try to dress professionally but comfortably, since I'll be walking around the library, climbing ladders to reach high shelves, and sitting on the floor reading to children. At 7:45, I grab my lunch bag and walk to work. The library is only 15 minutes away from my apartment, and I love this morning walk. I pass by the park where joggers are exercising, the coffee shop where early commuters are buying their morning drinks, and the school where children are arriving for their classes. When I arrive at the library at 8 a.m., I'm always the first person there. I unlock the heavy wooden doors and turn on all the lights. The smell of old books fills the air, and I feel grateful for my job every single day. There's something magical about being surrounded by thousands of stories and knowledge. My first task is to check the book return box outside. People often return books during the night or early morning. Today, I find 12 books that need to be checked back into our system. I carefully scan each barcode and place the books on a cart to be reshelved later. At 9 a.m., we officially open to the public. Mrs. Peterson is usually my first visitor. She's 78 years old and comes every Tuesday and Friday to borrow romance novels. She has trouble walking, so I always help her find books and carry them to the checkout counter. Today, she's looking for something new. Good morning, Mrs. Peterson. How did you like last week's book? I ask with a smile. Oh, Maria, it was wonderful. The story was so romantic. Do you have any recommendations for today? I know exactly what she enjoys, so I guide her to the romance section and help her choose 3 new books. She thanks me warmly and promises to see me on Friday. Around 10:30, a group of college students arrives. They're working on a research project about environmental protection, and they need help finding reliable sources. This is one of my favorite parts of the job, helping people learn and discover new information. I spend 30 minutes with them, showing them how to use our online databases, finding relevant books, and teaching them how to evaluate sources for their research. They're so grateful for the help, and I feel proud knowing I've contributed to their education. At 11:30, I conduct my weekly A Story Time for Kids session. About 15 children between ages 4 and 8 gather in our colorful reading corner. Today's story is about a brave little mouse who goes on an adventure to find the biggest piece of cheese in the world. The children sit in a circle on the soft carpet, their eyes wide with excitement. I use different voices for each character, and the kids giggle and gasp at all the right moments. After the story, we do a simple craft activity related to the book. Today, we're making paper mice with movable arms and legs. Miss Maria, can my mouse be purple? Asks little Tommy. Of course, mice can be any color in our imagination, I reply, helping him with the scissors. After the children leave with their parents, I eat my lunch in the small staff kitchen. Today I brought a homemade sandwich with turkey, cheese, lettuce, and tomatoes, plus an apple and some crackers. While eating, I read a few pages of a mystery novel I'm enjoying. The afternoon brings different challenges and opportunities. A teenager named Jake comes in looking frustrated. He explains that he has to write an essay about World War II for his history class, but he doesn't know where to start and finds the topic boring. Let me help you discover why this period is actually fascinating, I say, leading him to our history section. I show him books with photographs, personal diaries from soldiers, and stories about ordinary people who became heroes during the war. Within an hour, Jake's attitude completely changes. He's excited about his essay and borrows 4 books to take home. I never knew history could be this interesting, he says. As he leaves. At 3 p.m., I receive a phone call from Mr. Wilson, an elderly man who can't leave his house due to health problems. Our library offers a home delivery service for people who can't visit us. He wants to borrow some books about gardening, as spring is approaching and he wants to plan his garden. I gather 5 books about vegetable gardening, flower cultivation, and organic farming techniques. After work, I'll drive to his house to deliver them personally. These visits are always special. Mr. Wilson makes excellent tea, and we often chat about books and life. Around 4 p.m., I start my daily task of organizing returned books. I push a cart through the library, placing books back in their correct locations. Fiction goes in alphabetical order by author's last name, nonfiction follows the Dewey Decimal System, and children's books are organized by reading level and subject. While I'm shelving books, a young mother approaches me with her 6-year-old daughter. Excuse me, my daughter just learned to read, and we want to find some books that aren't too difficult but are still interesting. Can you help us? I love these requests. I take them to our beginning reader section and help them choose books with simple words but engaging stories. The little girl's face lights up when she successfully reads the first page of a book about a friendly dragon. At 5:30, I help my colleague Sarah organize a book club meeting. Tonight's discussion is about a popular novel called The Garden of Memories. 12 adults have gathered to share their thoughts and interpretations of the story. I facilitate the discussion, asking questions like, what did you think about the main character's decision, and how did the setting influence the plot? The conversations are always lively and interesting. People have such different perspectives on the same story. After the book club ends at 7 p.m., I spend 30 minutes updating our social media accounts. I post photos from today's story time, announce next week's events, and share book. Social media helps us connect with younger community members and promote our services. Before leaving, I do a final walk through the library. I make sure all computers are turned off, chairs are pushed under tables, and no books are left lying around. I check that all windows are locked and the temperature is set correctly for the night. As I lock the library doors at 8 p.m., I feel satisfied with another productive day. I helped Mrs. Peterson find her romance novels, guided college students with their research, entertained children with stories, inspired Jake to love history, and brought people together through our book club. On my walk home, I think about tomorrow's plans. We have a visit from a local author who will read from her new children's book. I need to prepare for our monthly Tech Help for Seniors workshop. And I want to create a display of books about cooking for spring. When I arrive home, I prepare a simple dinner of pasta with vegetables and sit down to read my own book. Being surrounded by books all day doesn't make me tired of reading. It makes me appreciate it even more. Before bed, I write in my journal about the day's highlights. Today's best moment was seeing Jake's excitement when he discovered that history could be fascinating. These small victories remind me why I love being a community librarian is more than just organizing books. I'm a teacher, a helper, a problem solver, and sometimes a friend. Every day, I have the opportunity to make a positive difference in people's lives through the power of books and learning. Tomorrow will bring new stories, new challenges, and new opportunities to serve my community. I can't wait to see what adventures await at the Greenfield Community Library.
Okay, that's Maria's story. Now, let's learn some useful English words from the story. These words will help you improve your English and talk about working in a library, reading, and helping others. Let's begin.
Community. Meaning. A group of people living in the same area or having shared interests. Example. Maria works at the community library where all the local people come to borrow books. Early bird. Meaning. A person who wakes up or arrives early. Example. Maria is an early bird because she wakes up at 6:30 a.m. every day. Commuter. Meaning. A person who travels regularly between home and work. Example. Many commuters stop at the coffee shop on their way to work. Reshelve. Meaning. To put books back on the shelves in their correct places. Example. After people return books, library workers need to reshelve them. Evaluate. Meaning. To judge or assess the quality, importance, or value of something. Example. Students need to learn how to evaluate sources to make sure they're reliable. Opportunity. Meaning. A chance to do something good or beneficial. Example. Working at the library gives Maria many opportunities to help people learn.
All right. Did you like today's video? Tell me in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this story and learned some new words about working in a library and helping people. If you want to learn more vocabulary, I've created a PDF for you. Check the video description to download it. Thank you for watching.